Imagine a guy walks into a bar and sees a pretty girl. He then goes up to her and on the spot asks her to marry him. Now, we all know this is weird because it does not fit into our framework of social norms and expectations. Because why? Because we all know there's a process from gradual interaction all the way to serious commitment. And I'm going to prove to you in this video that more than 90% of people that's marketing on Facebook violate this general rule of logic. Let me explain. So, if you look at your audience on Facebook, 3% of people are ready to buy whatever you're selling. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean that they're ready to buy from you. And then the other 90% of people, 97% of people, fall under the categories like info gathering, they're problem or opportunity aware, or they're not even problem or opportunity aware. Now, I'm going to pull this back to my analogy and say that 3% or less are the people that want to get married in life. And then all the rest are people, depending on where they are in the triangle, people with increasing interests in marriage. Now, it doesn't matter where you are, where the girl is in this triangle, if she's ready to buy or if she doesn't even know why she needs to get married. Doesn't matter where she falls. If you just go up to her in a bar, she doesn't know you, and asks her to marry you, she's gonna say no. Why? Because there's no trust, there's no process, there's no nurturing, generating demand. You're not letting her know why she needs to marry you. She doesn't know you, she doesn't trust you, etc. And to take this back to the audience on Facebook, most people have a buy meter. So most people on Facebook might be ready to buy, even though she's ready to marry you. The trust is really, really low. Now, it doesn't matter where this person is in the triangle, if they have a really low buy meter or a really high buy meter. If this trust is still low, they're gonna say no. They're not gonna buy from you. They're not gonna say yes, especially if this is on your first ad. So the trust is really low and they're not gonna buy from you. And this brings me to the single biggest mistake why people's ads fail miserably. So people are not there, or ads are not there to get the sale. They are there to get the click. Now, having someone click on an ad is the first step in the process. What does this look like? So in our analogy, and it's exactly the same as when you meet a girl for the first time. So in my analogy, when the guy walks up to the girl and asks her to marry him, there's no trust and she doesn't know him, etc. But when he goes up to her and he asks her for if he can buy her a drink, yes, that would make sense because the trust is really low, and whatever the guy is asking her is also, it's really easy for her to say yes. What we need to do is we need to see that as an ad. Imagine the guy that walks into the bar is the ad. So we need to make that ad a really low barrier of entry that's really easy for the girl to click on, to take her to the next step, all the way up in the process to the point where she's ready to buy and we're ready to make the sale. So that is what I mean by when I say that ads are not there to get the sale. They are not there to directly ask the person to marry you. They are just there to get the click. So we need to get the click to then build trust all the way to the point where that person is ready to buy. And even though, when I go back to my slide, even though that person does not even know why they would need us, we can still use that process to move them all the way to the point where they are ready to buy now. Just like when you meet a girl for the first time in a bar and you make her realize, wow, you're really nice and she wants to spend more time with you. You start dating, chill, whatever. whatever your process might look like. You meet her parents. She's now fully in info gathering mode. She really wants to know if you're the one, all the way to the point where she's ready to marry. Why? Because now there's a lot of trust, and she's ready to buy. So we can move a person all the way up in the triangle to the point where they are ready to buy now. So just to really draw the point home, your barrier of entry should be directly proportional to the level of trust the person has that's viewing your ad. Whoever's engaging with your content, your level of your barrier of entry should be directly proportional to their trust. What I mean by this is, what I've said is, if you just go in and ask them to marry you, they're going to say no. But if you go in with something that's really easy to say yes, that's really easy to click on, they're going to click on it and say yes because their level of trust is really low. So we want to match that. And then this is the big question. How do we move a complete stranger up the triangle and actually get them to buy from us? So we need to do two things. We need to generate demand. So we need to take someone from not being problem aware all the way to the point where they want to buy from us, all while, and this is the second point, all while building trust. And this is going to separate you from your competition. Most people think they can just sell to the people that wants to buy now, because that is the thing out there. You just need to sell to people that wants to buy from you, and the algorithm is going to do the work, put the ads in front of the people that's ready to buy now. But in essence, you're then competing with everyone. But if you're building trust and you're generating demand, if you know how to engineer those two processes, you'll separate yourself from the market, from your competition. And then this is what we need to do. We need to make them confident in our solution, whatever you're selling, by building trust, lowering skepticism, by providing value, all the way to the point where they are ready to buy now. So don't take it from me, take it from Shark Tank's Sabri Subi, who've generated over $7.8 billion in revenue for his clients, which is just crazy. And he explains the whole process in his book, Sell Like Crazy. Now, I've studied the whole book. What you need to understand is my slides isn't step by step every page that he explains in his book. I've read the book, I've studied it, and I've put it into this deck. And I've really tried and compressed it in a way that's really easy to understand, but also still packs in all of the value, all of the knowledge that he shares in his book. So don't take it from me, take it from the experts. Yes. So this is then the process that Sabri Subi explains in his book on how to actually generate that demand, and then also to build trust with the people that sees your ad, all the way to the point where they are ready to buy. So before we go into the process, there's one thing or two things that you really, really, really need to understand. I can't emphasize enough how important this is. If you don't understand this, if you don't implement this into the process, it's almost like it really just it ruins the whole process. It if I can almost say, it paralyzes the whole process. It makes it useless. So we need to understand the pain point of our market. So I did my research, and I'm going with gyms. So I'm helping gyms get more clients through Facebook ads. And I did my research and I understood, and I'm a guy who started in the gym, and this really resonated with me. A lot of people who's just starting out in the gym is scared of judgment, and they don't know where to start. So they don't know what exercises to begin with, etc. And the way I did this research was on Reddit. You can do it on Facebook groups. Really dive deep into the trenches, go and read the comments, go and be part of the conversations your perfect audience or your target audience is having. So what are their struggles? What are their pain points? What is the biggest thing keeping them up at night? when it comes to whatever you're providing. So if it's gyms, if it's gym memberships, what are the biggest pain points and problems that's keeping them from starting a gym membership? So Quora, I even used, well, I think a really good resource you can use is ChatGPT. And then why this is so important is this forms the framework around which you want to construct this whole process. So at every step of the process, you want to have this pain point in your mind, and it needs to speak to every step. Otherwise, it's not going to resonate with the people you're trying to reach, and it's just going to dilute the whole process. It's going to dilute the whole, it's going to make it powerless. So whenever you're creating a ad, a news article, whatever I'm going to explain in this process, whenever you're at every step of the process, you need to ask yourself, is whatever I'm putting out, an ad, whatever, is it one of these 5 things? Before I explain them, I want you to imagine you're walking down a road. You're walking down a really busy street, passing so many people, and then at the end of the street, unexpectedly, a guy stops you and he's like, how many people do you remember? Can you even pinpoint one person and explain to me exactly what they wore, how they look like, the color of their hair, etc.? Now, obviously, most people are going to say, no, we can't. And it's exactly the same with Facebook. Most people just are on this doom scrolling thing where they just scroll and we really need to want them to stop and make them stop at our ad. And what is going to make them stop? What is going to make them see this person in the street and really be like, wow, something about this person is different, it's unique. And then when the guy at the end of the street stops them, they're going to be able to explain, oh, I saw this person and I can really explain to you exactly how they look like. And this is the reason why. So the reason why is because they were scary. So if someone's really scary, you're probably going to remember them. If they are strange, if they are sexy, familiar, if you see someone that's familiar in the street, you're going to stop, you're going to talk to them, and most likely you're going to remember what they wore, the color of their hair, etc. And if it's free, if someone comes up in the street and hands you something for free that's really nicely packaged and that really provides you with value, you're going to remember them. So we really want to keep those 5 things in mind. So first of all, we want to start with a news article. Now, you're probably wondering, why a news article and how am I going to write a news article? Don't worry, it's really, really easy, and I'm going to show you why and how. So a news article provides, and as we've explained, a really low barrier of entry. It's just like having a conversation. Anyone can go and click on a news article. Then they're not going to feel like they are being sold, and that's really, really important. We're not trying to sell anyone with our news article. So a news article really provides a low barrier of entry, and we can use it to spark someone's interest who we can retarget in the future. So if someone clicks on the news article, we know that that person is in some way interested in what we are selling, because the news article is going to be linked or it's going to be somewhat connected to what we are selling. So for example, this does not look like an ad. It's native. People are going to scroll and they're going to see this, even though this guy is not one of the 5 things, but the headline is. So for example, 1 in every 4 people are guilty of a habit even deadlier than smoking. Sorry, now this is really scary. If I read this, even though I'm still scrolling, I just want to quickly see, what is the thing that I might be doing that's even deadlier than smoking. So in 2018, the Cleveland found that living a very inactive life was a bigger risk for early death than smoking, diabetes, or heart disease. Now, this shows a person just sitting at a desk, probably working a 9 to 5 at a corporate office. Doesn't look like a corporate office, but you can probably try and get a better picture. But it just shows a normal person falling underneath this this group of people that does this habit, that not active, that's not working out, etc. So people are going to want to learn more. So why is this so problematic? And you can put in a bit more work than I did and say, these are the 5 steps to, or maybe even the 3 exercises you can do every morning that takes just 5 minutes to decrease your risk of this by 97%. You can put something in that can really show them how do you reverse this risk. If you're falling underneath these people that are really inactive, how do you reverse the risk? And this is really important. What we're trying to do is we are trying to see who are the people that don't know they need what we are selling. They don't even know why they would need to exercise. We're trying to move them into the group that now knows, okay, I'm problem aware. I know that I have a problem, or I even if it's for some people that, I'll explain in the next slide. So we're trying to move them into the group of people that are now problem aware. So next example, scared or anxious to start in the gym. So we're exactly pinpointing the pain of what most people experience before they, or most people that want to start in the gym, what those people experience. This unexpected tip keeps popping up throughout the entire online gym community. So the tip is directed towards people that are scared and anxious. After looking through what felt like every gym community out there, this unexpected tip keeps on being recommended this would probably then say for people that are scared or anxious. After I learned this, I could finally start enjoying the gym without feeling anxious all the time. Now, this falls under the point which is a bit strange. We're trying to invoke a bit of strangeness. So what is this tip that keeps popping up? And again, we're trying to move these people from being not problem aware or even opportunity aware. So these are more towards the opportunity aware, people that maybe want to start in the gym because they really want to start their fitness journey. We're trying to move them into the group that now is opportunity aware. There's an opportunity for me to overcome this fear and then join the gym, finally start that gym membership. So now that we've done that, we have a really big group of people because we set the ad to reach. We're trying to reach as many people as we can with this news article. And then also throughout the process, we are providing them with value. In the news article, we can maybe even put in 5 steps to overcome this, or the previous news article showed, what is the biggest tip? We're providing them with the tip to overcome their fear. So then, there's something I wanted to say about the ad, about the news article. Yes, you don't need to go and write up a whole news article. You can go and look at news article already written that links to the thing you want to put out there, and then say, this expert says that this and this and this is probably one of the best tips, or be the best 3 exercises to do in the morning. And you can just really reference that news article and explain your view on it, why it's so good, etc. You don't need to write a whole news article. That's how easy it is to make this ad. You can just put in a blog. It doesn't even have to be longer than 2 or 3 or 4 paragraphs, and then link it to a real news article. But you're just explaining what you're getting from the news article, and you're providing value to a person, and you're also pinpointing their pain points. So saying, we know that gym members that really wants to start in the gym has this pain point. This is why we think this is so beneficial, blah, blah, blah. And then reference the reference the actual news article that was written. So we move on to the next step, which is a high value content offer. Now you can, if you want to, maybe skip the step or even work it in with the news article. It's just maybe another form of providing more value. What you can do is, and this is now targeted towards the people that know they are problem aware, they are opportunity aware. We provide them with a high value content offer. What does this look like? This can be a piece of information that helps them an ebook, a report, maybe a cheat sheet, maybe a quiz, maybe a challenge that really encouraged them to start exercising. So for example, we would run an ad, and then in the ad, or we would have people click on the ad. The ad would look very similar to our landing page. We would have people click on the ad to then grab their free ebook or free whatever. And then we would capture their details, so their name and their email, which is really important. We would put in a really punchy and attractive headline, so 7 easy workouts all beginners should start with in the gym. And then we want to capture their credential or their contact information, as I've already said. So, and this is exactly targeted towards people that are already problem aware. So the people with the news article that maybe have shifted into this group, we now retarget them, provide them with more value. So now we create and we send these people that clicked on and received our high value content offer, we send them to an irresistible offer landing page. Now, what this is and what this needs to do, is your offer needs to be, it's like if the offer doesn't work, the whole funnel won't work, because the offer is designed to convert fence-sitting leads, so people that normally don't take action. And that's most of the times, if your offer sucks, going to be all of your leads. They're going to see this amazing offer. They're going to see all of this value, but if your offers suck, they're not going to take action. So your offer really, really needs to be good. I'll link a video to this wherever on this page that I show how to create an irresistible offer. All the steps that needs to be in an offer, and really what supercharges this whole process, that really converts leads into paying clients. This is like the cornerstone of the whole process. Like the whole process hinges on the offer. This needs to be perfect. And then what we need to do is, if they take us up on the offer, they exit the process. Now they're a client. But if they don't, that is where the secret sauce method comes in. And this is explained by Sabri Subi in his book. It's really brilliant. We now have their contact information. We now start an email sequence. And we're not going to blast them with emails. We're going to provide them with value. Sorry, something I just need to mention is the reason we are providing them with the irresistible offer right after they've collected our high value content offer is we want to convert, and we want to give an option to the people that's ready to buy now. We don't want to lose those people. It's mostly like people are receiving this high value content offer and they really want to start in the gym now. We don't want to lose those group of people. We want to present them with this high value content offer for them to then take action. But most of the times, the rest of the people that's not ready to buy now, we just start an email sequence. So over the course of a week or 2 weeks or 3 weeks, we provide them with free value through the emails. And that's great because now we have free marketing access to these people. We're not going to spam them with emails. We're going to provide them with even more value. And after each email, we're going to send them back to the irresistible offer. Maybe after your second or third email, we're going to send them back to the irresistible offer landing page, where up until a point where they really can't resist taking this offer because we've provided them with so much value. Just imagine what they're going to get when they actually work with us or pay for our services, etc. And that's the thing. I'll explain this in just a moment. So for example, Expert Trainer, we provide them with an email that's headlined, Expert Trainer reveals the 4 biggest mistakes gym newbies make. If someone has some sort of interest in starting in the gym and they know they're a beginner, they're going to read this and be like, I just want to quickly see what is the 4 biggest mistakes, because if I start, I really don't want to make them. And for example, second one, 8 yoga poses you should do first thing each morning. What we're trying to do with this email is we want to move, and this is what I'm showing here. We want to move a person that never thought they would start in the gym to the point where they feel confident and equipped. Someone who feels, okay, great, I have everything I need to start in the gym. And that's what I said in the beginning of the video. We are generating demand, all while building trust. We're providing value for these people. Firstly, we're building trust, and then we're providing the value in such a way that it builds their demand. Their demand our demand increases, but they want to start in the gym increases. Because we equip them, we make them more confident, we move them from a person that never thought they would start in the gym to a person that now feels confident and actually believes that they can. So we generate that demand. Example 3, avoid these 6 machines when starting in the gym. A really big problem for me was I really didn't know what machines to use when starting in the gym. So a lot of beginners have that problem. And they would be like, wow, I really want to know the 6 machines I should stay away from if I start in the gym. And then, as I've explained, we want to move that person who never thought they would start in the gym to someone who's now confident and who feels equipped. And eventually, they're going to turn to us because we've built the trust and we've moved them to the point where they feel they are ready to buy now, and they're going to come to us because they're going to think, if we've provided so much value for them for free, just imagine what we're going to do for them if they pay. And we're going to voice that in our offer, not directly, but we're going to show them all the value that they're getting if they start with us. So starting from the second or third value email, your email should be 80% value and 20% pitch. Tell them the reason why you're providing them with all this excellent value. You want them in the gym. You really want to work with them. You want to show them all the value you can provide for them if they work with you, if they start the membership, etc. And then you just want to keep on repeating this process. Keep on providing them with more value. You don't want to spam them with emails. You want to provide them with more value. Send them back to your irresistible offer to the point where they buy and they exit the process. You will have people excited when they see your emails, ultimately to the point where they realize they can trust you. So guys, that's it. That's the golden strategy for marketing on Facebook. I really hope this helped. Really hope you implement this. If you do, leave it in the comments how it worked for you, how you're going on with this.